This ring light is bright as hell. Hi everybody, my name's Tomas and I'm gonna show you how to grow mushrooms. Turn this damn light off. We're gonna start by learning how to make agar.
An agar plate is a solid media that allows mycelium to grow. Today we'll be pouring some plates, blank media, that we can then transfer pieces of this mycelium onto to make new plates that we'll show in future videos. So one of the things when making agar, you need to weigh out your materials. Have 10 grams of agar, 10 grams of LME, and we're gonna measure 500. It's way simpler that way. Remember to tare your balance before using it. Oh, that happens to be the same weight. That's cool. No way.
So now that we've weighed out our agar and light malt extract, we need to add in our hot water into our Pyrex. I find that pouring in half of the water first, 300 mils, add in your powders. Being careful not to get too much on the edges because this is really sticky stuff. Put on the cap, give it a little twirl so that it doesn't clump together too much. Because what you're really trying to avoid is the caking of these powders together. The malt likes to do that the most. It's sugar. And a nice little shaking before I add in the rest of the water. I heavily suggest getting a Pyrex like this, but the ones that you can hold in your hand make it easier to pour agar and easier to mix. I mean, not that much easier to mix. It's a bottle, you're shaking it. Food for thought. So now that we've got our agar mixed up, ready to be pressure cooked, we need to do pressure cooking. So you can fill up your pressure cooker with water right out the tap, but if you warm it up first, it makes it a little bit quicker. So I had the tap running to get it nice and hot, and we're gonna fill it up pretty much just to this grate in here.
Once we have the water level right to the base of this grate, we can then set our agar into here, making sure that our cap is not all the way closed. If it is closed, you're creating a pressurized chamber, which you don't want. So a good way to check is wobble the lid, and if it still wobbles, it's not all the way closed. Next, we put the lid onto the pressure cooker. All pressure cookers are different, but they often have arrows that line up right here and here to show you how to put it on correctly. It should be a nice snug fit. Once everything's secured in your pressure cooker, it's time to turn on the flame. In the first part, truly, you're just trying to get it to temperature. And so until you see steam coming out of here, a high temperature shouldn't really matter, particularly so with cooking our agar like we are today. Eventually, we're gonna try to get to 15 PSI for at least 15 to 20 minutes, and then we'll let it ramp down and then pour some plates. Once we see a steady stream of steam, put the stopper on top, and we're gonna wait for the pressure to rise to 15 PSI. At that point, the rocker will start to wobble. Once you've been at 15 PSI for more than 15 minutes, you can turn off the heat and just wait for it to cool down. This is gonna have to go all the way back down to 0 before you can open up the lid and get ready to pour.